Hello, viewer. Welcome to a brand new episode of Fast Foods Fast. I am your host, Loice Otiende, and this is my co-host,
Tabitha Ochieng.
Today, we are going to be rolling out awesome dinner ideas. You're going to enjoy this.
Wow.
What are we making today for dinner?
Today, we're going to just make a very, very interesting stew, leek, potato, and pumpkin stew.
Aha. So that's what we have for you today, and we have the ingredients ready, and I hope your eyes are on us and your ears here. Now,
Thank you.
let's have a look at a few of the ingredients.
Good. So here we have our pumpkin. We've already peeled and chopped, ready to go into the saucepan. We also have our leeks ready. I'm not sure if all of us know what leeks are.
Exactly. We need to see it before it was chopped. How did it look like? Just grab a few.
Almost like spring onions, but you'll get them bigger, fatter, and the aroma is unique just to leeks. From the same family of onions, but with slightly different properties.
Okay.
Good.
So we are going to also have ginger there.
Yeah,
That
fresh
is our ginger, washed and peeled. It's going to be thrown into this recipe as well. What else are we going to put in there?
That's basically it.
Oops,
Then, of course, the salt.
Potatoes. This cannot go without potatoes.
So
That's why
yes,
we are calling it
have-
leek potato pumpkin
Good.
soup. Sorry, roast, not soup. We made soup the other day,
Stew.
and that soup was so sweet, so I'm still thinking of the soup.
So yes, we have our potatoes. So that's everything. Maybe just to tell us about the benefits before we get started, because this is quick. This is really, really fast. You will not believe it. Okay, so just tell us about the benefits.
Of course, let us start with this thing that looks like onions. Now, what is good about it? Why do you need to add it into your daily food? Probably, at least, even if not daily, but you need to eat it quite frequently. Now, leeks are packed with vitamin B6, C, and K.
And
Those are vitamins that you need to have in your diet as much as you can.
you know what I like best about leeks? That they aid in digestion.
And they are also very good antioxidants.
Antioxidants.
So
and whenever
that
we
means-
talk about antioxidants,
Ooh, you will be young for long.
yes, that is it. And the pumpkin?
The pumpkin, baby food. Why do we like pumpkin? Rich in vitamin
Vitamin A. So A for not apple this time, but eyes.
I almost
Yeah.
went back to kindergarten school.
All right.
So we need that, and of course, vitamin A helps in many other things other than the eyes. Sorry, pumpkins will also aid in the dietary fiber that we need,
Yeah.
rich in that as well. Now, that's just about it for the key ingredients that we are going to use in this recipe. So what are we going to be moving on to?
Now, this is quick. So quick you won't believe it.
So we should change the name of this show to Fast Foods Faster. No, it's not fast. It's still Fast
Now,
Foods
this
Fast.
is fine. So I need to mention that right here, I have just water in a saucepan. It's boiling already. So with your water boiling, then you simply throw in. So kindly throw in the pumpkins.
So we'll put in the pumpkin in the boiling water.
Okay. Then we just need to quickly cut up the potatoes to also
Tabi,
throw
are we
in.
putting all this in?
Yes, please do.
You just like pumpkin.
I do. And
I thought half was enough.
no, that
Wow.
stew is just going to be lovely.
Let's do her the favor.
All right. So after that, let's have the leeks in.
So this.
Yes.
So I'm going to put this, all of it. She likes leeks as well. I think you should be a bit temperate with the ingredients that you like. Seriously. You overdo them.
Well, I like them. And you know what, Loice? I'm not worried about them because that only means more health.
See how she defends herself when she's excessive.
More health, better health. Now, something that we needed to have mentioned, we're talking about dinner ideas. Now, in dinner, we said, if you remember our first episode, we said that you need to eat dinner like a poor person, a pauper. That means it's supposed to be light. And other than being light, it's supposed to be very early. Like what's about the right time to eat dinner?
I think for me, 5 o'clock works.
Why 5?
So that by the time I'm going to sleep, there is not much food left in my stomach.
Right, so that as you go to sleep, digestion takes place. Kindly add that in, potatoes. Digestion takes place, and you end the digestion, and now the healing process begins. Did you know that?
There's something that I once had a scientist say. I'm not a scientist, I cannot confirm that. But they were claiming that, see, if you go to bed once food has been digested, then your brain does not have to work while you're sleeping, and that means better sleep.
Better sleep.
And better sleep is better health, better brain function, many more years of living.
Okay. Someone may ask, Loice, we are coming back to that, but someone may ask, why are all these things covered in cling film? You know, we had chopped the pumpkin, we covered in cling film. This is chopped, it's covered in cling film. What's this big idea of cling film?
For me, I do it for hygiene. What do you know about
Yes,
it?
there's
That you
that
haven't told me?
hygiene, but a lot of our vegetables, when you expose them, they lose their potency.
Okay.
So you want to keep them until you're ready to cook, okay? So ideally, we would just chop. But because we want to have this really nicely done, so it becomes part of our prep, but we secure.
And of course, so that means you want to preserve it in its most ideal state for proper health function.
Okay.
So as you're doing that, at what point would you want us to add this salt in?
That will wait a bit.
Okay, fine.
That will wait just a bit so that we do everything else. The salt will come in last. Yeah. But
Now,
the ginger is nearly ready.
Then after that, we are going to cover it and it will simmer for some time, definitely.
Yep.
Before we get into the exciting part about preparing the roast. And when you think of roast, think of something that will smell and taste really good.
Yeah, but you know, before we do the roast, there's that other dinner idea.
Which one?
Rice and cauliflower.
No, I got too excited about this one.
Rice
but anyway, we
and
have this
cauliflower
over here, already done. And we are going to prepare it as well.
Okay, so that's done. I'll just add the salt, and it can simmer as we do the other idea.
So this is already done. Cauliflower, you cut it up this way. Cut it up this way. This one of ours, we already cut it up, chopped it, it was cleaned, and of course covered for this recipe. So you would want to break it down in small pieces. Now, what are we throwing into this recipe? We have
The cauliflower.
What are we putting inside that?
We will need some whole rice. We will need some rice, red pepper. I'll give you some red pepper. Okay, and you don't have your tomatoes either. Okay, tomatoes.
All right, she will assist me with a bit of tomatoes. We are going to need that as well. And of course, we have our garlic here. This is little. You just add some 2 more.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. And there's this stringy ingredient. Very stringy.
Tell us.
Stringy, red, looks like strings.
What about it? Tell us. Tell us something
One
about
of
it.
my favorite ingredients, this is saffron. We cannot miss it in this recipe. Why do we need saffron?
You know, I first learned about saffron when I was handling a delicate case. Somebody was down really, really unwell. Then I was told, yeah, you need to just give them some saffron. So I wondered what this saffron does. You know what I was told? It is the greatest alkalizer that you have.
Oh, really? You know, the first time I heard about this ingredient, I thought it was something that looks like everything I'm used to getting in the local market. I thought probably it was round like tomatoes, or it is stringy like all those other things. Then I looked at it like, oh,
Check on this.
I was told it is stringy. I expected it to look like leeks or string beans or spring onions. Then I saw something that was actually like strings. Yes.
Yeah, so other than...
Thank you for...
Yeah, the parsley, you'll need them.
And of course, a bit of olive oil. We cannot miss that in our recipes.
Right.
So we'll continue with this, and that will be served together with some.
Yeah, but I wanted you to tell us more about saffron. You know, you're just telling us it's stringy, stringy, stringy. What else?
Let me tell you, I'm still so amazed about the way it is. It tastes good.
Yeah, it tastes really
And
nice.
I really love it in chickpeas. You need to try it in chickpeas.
Really tastes great. And then it is so powerful. You need so little of it. As a matter of fact, when you...
About 3-4 strings.
Yes, only. And then we must also remember that it is a very powerful antioxidant. You know, it's just amazing what God did. That in these plants, in the fruits, in the vegetables, He put in some power, some health-giving power. And so we want to really be healthy. We really need to do more of God's rainbow. You know, the red, the yellow, the orange, the green, and all those other colors. You just get it right if you can combine this and have this in your daily plan of meals.
And of course, don't forget that cauliflowers will help keep our bones healthy, and we thank God for that. Therefore, what are we throwing in? We are doing the oil and the red peppers first.
Yes.
Okay. So get the pan. So as she is doing that, I'll just continue chopping the tomatoes. She needs to use them.
Okay. I'll rinse it a little bit.
And
So-
she will put in some oil.
Okay. Oops, this should be nearly
So
done.
after the oil, we are going to
This
add in
should-
our red peppers. So now we are going to have these red peppers in, as she will have been heating the oil.
Okay, this
Okay.
other one is nearly done.
Let me put in some oil.
So we will switch them over. Okay,
So
there.
drizzle some
So
oil
some
there.
oil here. Just a little bit. Please remember, we do not ever want to use too much oil.
And of course,
Even
olive
though
oil
it is
is
olive-
very expensive.
Yes, and it
You
is
don't
good,
want to use
but
much of
you
it.
do not want to use too much of it.
Just a little goes a long way.
All right.
So we'll put that in
Yeah.
this.
Okay, here we have the pepper going in. There.
So she'll give that a bit of a stir as I chop off this garlic.
Yeah.
This is one thing I really enjoy doing, by the way.
Chopping garlic.
Yeah.
Chopping garlic. While I really love the sizzling sound here, just makes life good. Okay.
And just like that, you will have your meal ready.
Okay.
And it has a lot of variety. So throw in the tomatoes.
Yep. As soon as you're done, you're done, then we can throw in the tomatoes. That should be good.
So that is finely chopped. So put that in quickly.
So we have our tomatoes.
Do I chop this up for you a bit?
Yes, please. Yes, please. The parsley.
I will need that chopping board. So this is our parsley. We've washed it.
You know, again, I'm just excited about this because we talk of order, but literally you throw things in. You know, the method, the procedure doesn't really matter. That's how simple this is.
Remember, you feel free to adjust it according to what you like and what you are comfortable with. Parsley tends to have a very strong aroma, by the way, which is okay because it will bring in that unique flavor to your food. So this is done.
We'll need to give that a little bit of time.
Yes.
But I think we need to have our salt at this point so that the tomatoes will soften.
So you will need to cover that. And we are going to take a break shortly and we'll be right back. Welcome back after the break. Now we are going to proceed with the cauliflower. We're going to put it into what has already steamed up.
Good.
So I'll just assist her with that quickly.
You know, our leek stew is ready from the little things. It is done. That looks good.
Smells good
That
as
looks
well.
very good. Okay. So we will.
How much of this am I putting in?
Maybe about 3/4 of what you have there. Yeah.
I was afraid you would say all. Oh, she can be very intemperate with her lovely ingredients.
Okay. That's a bit more.
I told you.
Yeah, a bit more. I insist.
I
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Okay, I'm surprised that we stopped at this. But anyway, that is fine.
Okay.
So now,
So what more?
This steam a bit. Just a little bit, just a few minutes.
Okay.
You will need to cover that, right?
Yeah. After I've mixed it real good, you know my...
She's just enjoying the aroma. It has mixed. I know what I'm saying inside the pot. It has
All right,
mixed.
all right. There we go. So it will steam for a little bit.
Then we need to clear our table for service. Remember, we were doing a fast food.
Before that.
We cannot forget this. This we will add at...
Yeah, after we add in
just before we serve it.
Rice. You know something? Easy meals. So you don't even have to, you know, sometimes I know that busy people do not like the idea of washing. And so they can throw in everything in one pot so that you just serve from that pot to one plate and you're done. So that's the other idea that we are giving here. So we're going to add parboiled rice. Parboiled only means it has been previously boiled, but not to tenderness. It has been boiled, but left at a point where it's still a little bit hard, okay?
We get what she is saying.
So it is almost ready. So we'll add a bit of parboiled rice to this and let it steam up together and we'll be done.
Let me get it for her.
Please do. And this, I think,
and this was brown rice. Are you sure you want to add a little bit?
Probably after the parsley.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll have the parsley first. All of it?
Yes. Yes, we did. Not too much of that. So, wow. And I'm loving the colors. I'm loving this.
We are putting this in. I have opened it up. Looks something like this. Just a little bit, a little bit.
A
A little
pinch, like they
goes
say.
a long way.
So it's like you're doing just a pinch
That's enough.
and a small pinch. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So you want to...
I mean, seriously, when it's what I like, she wants us to be very restrictive.
okay, another pinch.
Okay, now I had it.
All right. So
Then we will
in
put
just
in...
a short while, we'll put in our rice, our parboiled rice.
Okay. So let me prepare.
Are you sure you're coughing for real?
She should at least have some mercy.
We are ready for the rice.
Finally.
You know, I'm right here. So, good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 minutes. That should be good. Okay.
She was counting 1, 2, 3, and 4 scoops. Let's adjust. You could have some guests.
That's it. Okay.
That's it.
So that'll simmer for just a little bit to give that parboiled rice enough time to soften. Then we mix it up and we are done.
Okay.
Imagine, that's simple.
So, because we are just about done, we need to set up the table in readiness for service and tasting.
Now
The
that's-
Leeks will just do an awesome job in your mouth. That's enough.
That I think should do. Okay.
See that?
And I will serve this.
Don't take so much time.
You're hungry, I know. But you know, because of that, I can take all my time. Okay, there. Wow. Doesn't
Okay.
that look good? Doesn't that look good? So, yeah. I'll give you a smaller plate so we can do the tasting.
Okay.
Yeah, I
With
know you were
forks?
eyeing that very, very big portion. I won't let you. Very good.
Okay.
Okay. So, this is lovely. This is lovely. So you can either do this or do that. We're not saying you do both in one meal.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So,
And to quickly tell you what this tastes like.
oh, you will not be fast. I will be there with you as well.
Okay. Okay. That tastes really, really good. That tastes really, really good.
I'm not going to talk about it yet. I will
And
not talk about it yet.
I will try this. And I think we are. Okay. You know, if you thought that plant-based foods are not tasty, you need to try fast foods first.
And this particular recipe, I told them I'm not going to talk about it yet.
Yeah.
You keep talking. I'm not.
Now, this is good. This is good. So, light, good for dinner, easy to prepare, very satisfying. I'm happy with this. Delicious.
Now that I have tasted it, now I can speak about it.
Now,
Anyway.
this is really good.
We want you to have a similar experience. We want you to enjoy the taste that we are enjoying here. And we were happy to have you today. I was your host, Loice Otiende. This was my co-host.
Tabitha Ochieng.
And we were glad to have you. Hope to see you next time. Till that time, bye-bye.